stage is set. The curtain rises. We are ready to begin.
If you want a script that's just going to let actors flex, Stephen Moffat is the guy for the assignment. I totally get why some people were less enthused with the guest cast, like not just the little girl, because it's just so compelling to watch Millie and Shooty just on this one set trying to work out such a simple problem with dialogue like this. I think generally I prefer Russell T Davies' take on 15 as the sort of hedonistic embodiment of freedom. But Stephen is just so good at writing the Doctor as a badass that everyone's calling this his best outing so far. Yeah, this dialogue could very easily come out of 12. It's very spooky how Millie Gibson has transformed into Jenna Coleman, but Shooty really does make some of this his own. He's so good at this needling, this sort of scathing, biting, sarcastic anger. It's such a great thing for him to do.
I know some of you guys might be praising this, considering that Stephen Moffat's time was BC, before Chibnall. Back then, things were PG, pre-Gutwer. But I remember 2017, and now he's coming for performativity online and the concept of capitalism. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth, Stephen.
So Stephen's been pretty vocal about his thought process surrounding this one. I highly recommend you read that whole article. We talk about how great Russell is in angry, seething political mode. I think we should talk about Stephen in the circles I run it in that kind of similar vein. And originally, I was wondering whether there were too many signifiers. Maybe it had bitten off more than it could chew. But no, from this very simple premise, it intersects so well with war profiteering, performative faith, algorithms. It's a loaded little episode. Something I've been really curious to note with RTD2 is him reacting to everything that's come since. Russell taking a look at the previous two eras. While it would also be interesting to see Stephen's take on that, it's not something I necessarily need if he's not showrunner. Although he is executive producer for this episode. Russell went to go have a nap under a tree, I think. I think what we get here is pretty good. Stephen's experience writing characters desperate for answers really shows in Ruby's pleading, and the next of kin thing is just such a wonderful twist of the knife that could have only come specifically from Stephen in that way. In the end, this is just nice, which is odd considering what the episode's about. For all its huffing anger, it's kind of adorable. Even the companion fake-out death. Oh, I've missed companion fake-out deaths. So for all my ideological concerns about the amount of returning faces in this era, it's just nice to have another Stephen Moffat episode in the world. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, not in terms of his own body of work or Doctor Who in general. I'm probably going to get more out of the stuff he's been doing since Dracula. Everyone's done my job for me in pointing out that these are his old tricks. I never doubted that he's still got it, but it's just heartwarming to see that, yeah, he can put out a really good episode of Doctor Who.
So in summary, boom, I do not want this in my room. Moffat's writing Doctor Who again. What, will Sherlock come back?
What is that infernal sound? No, fuck off! No!
So I'm just left wondering whether the AI dad saving the day at the end clashes at all with the depiction of the Villaingrad algorithm. Because Stephen's got two documented interests on display here. One is about the horror of inhuman systems.
It's not the 2010s anymore! We've moved on!
And then the other is about how a human consciousness isn't really any different from data, While these are both takes I agree with, in this one instance, maybe they clash just a little bit.
That's not even the right hat! It's not even a fucking deerstalker!